Hi guys, welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite dishes, guac and chips. This is a healthier version, all right? So it's perfect before a dinner party. It's perfect as a starter. And instead of using Doritos or some sort of crisp, we're going to make our own dips using homemade tortilla wraps, all right? So I'm just using Tesco's very simple homemade tortilla wrap. All I've done is sliced it up into, I've tried to keep them kind of triangular shape, but into triangles. I placed them on a baking tray, and then I'm just going to drizzle this in about a tablespoon, no more than a tablespoon. You don't really need to measure it out, but this is a huge thing of oil. That'll be disastrous if that all goes all over them. All right, so it's not even a tablespoon olive oil. We're just going to drizzle. That's it. Make sure they're kind of a little bit, they've all got a bit of oil on there, a little bit coated. And then I'm going to add a bit of salt. I preheated the oven already to 180 degrees, so the oven is warm, and I'm just going to put these in the oven until we make the guac. Okay, so it's going in the oven for we're going to go for about 3 minutes, and then we might turn them. Here we have an avocado. Slice the avo up, make sure it is nice and soft. All right, so slicing the avocado. Again, it's really important that the avocado is ripe enough to be mashed. We're going to use a little bit of red onion. I've got a lime here. I've got some coriander, which I know is a little bit controversial. Remove the coriander if you're not a coriander fan. And that's pretty much it. It's a super simple recipe that you can use. I eat it as a starter, but it's a really good one for when you're at home and you're cooking for a dinner party and you want to make a little bit of a healthier starter. All right, so we're just going to mash up the avocado like so. There we go, nice chunky pieces. I'm using a tomato. You can go for a few tomatoes. I bought some tomatoes and all the other ones are moldy, so all I've got is just the one tomato for this recipe, but it should be enough. Just cut it up into little squares. There we go. We can add the tomato. This is going to be done in less than 3 minutes, I think. It's rapid. Add the tomatoes and then chop up the red onion. All right, so again, it's just a tiny bit of red onion. If anyone judges me, I'm cutting this onion. Don't judge. All right, so we slice the onion. I just take the skin off. Not a good onion cutter. Take the skin off, and then we're going to chop this up into tiny little pieces. Okay, so you want a teeny tiny, thin bits in the onion, which we are then going to add into, if they're small enough, and it's kind of down to you, you can slice them a little bit thicker if you want, but we're then just going to add the onion into the guacamole. All right, so onion goes in the guac. We're going to go for a nice juicy big squeeze. Again, watch those limes are fresh. Squeeze the lime in. There we go. So we got half a lime in there. You can always add a little bit more once you do a taste test. And then just add a little bit of salt and pepper. We've got salt, look at that. One of the perks of being at home. We've got salt there. We've got a bit of pepper here. There we go, spice it up, give it a bit of flavor. And then I would just mix all of this. You can add a drizzle of olive oil. I mean, the avocado is already quite high in fat and quite oily, so I tend not to, but you can if you wish. We just mixed all of that up, and then I'm gonna top it up with a little bit of coriander, which we're just gonna slice into little pieces. There we go. And then just add that to the top. Okay, so that is 3 minutes on the dot, look at that. All right, so there we go. So that is what it's going to look like. Let's taste test. So you can always add in more coriander, more if you want any spice or anything in there. Chilies work very well. All right, so I'm going to flip these. They probably need another couple of minutes. So about 3 minutes in, flip the tortilla. Hot. There we go. And then they're going to go back in the oven for 2 minutes, and then it should be ready. All right, we've taken the tortilla out. You can see it's nicely browned. It's a little bit crispy. We're just gonna put it in a bowl. Get it ready to be served. Make it look nice. Throw those in there. If you want to add a little bit of salt or anything to them, just while they're in the baking tray, you can add a little bit more salt. I personally don't eat a lot of salt in my food, so that was enough for me. And there we have it. Guac and healthy chips.